Hi, welcome to another video. So, three AI coding giants just dropped their flagship models in the same month, and we've got a really interesting, very practical comparison to talk through. This is by Code, and I'll link it in the description if you want to go through this yourself as well. So, the core idea is simple. Which one is actually best for real-world coding? Prompt adherence, refactoring a messy TypeScript API, and extending a notification system. The value here is, you can pick the model that matches your workflow. Completeness versus defensiveness versus precision. Without wasting days testing. That's kinda cool. Alright, let's go through the blog from top to bottom and read it like a straight walkthrough. First, context and release timeline. November 12th, OpenAI ships GPT 5.1 and GPT 5.1, Codex Max. November 18th, Google releases Gemini 3.0, basically a big upgrade from 2.5. November 24th, Anthropic releases Opus 4.5. The question is, which model is best for practical coding? They ran 3 tests in Code to figure it out. Testing methodology next. 3 tests: prompt adherence, code refactoring, and system extension. All run in Code, starting from an empty project. Code mode for the first 2, then ask mode to analyze the code for the third, and switch back to code mode to implement. Basically, what it does is put each model into the same environment and measure how well they follow rules. Restructure a legacy TypeScript handler with lots of security holes, and then understand and extend a partial notification system by adding an email handler that mirrors the architecture. It's very similar to how a lot of you would use these models in VS Code or JetBrains. I liked it. Test 1. Python rate limiter. They give all 3 models a prompt with 10 rigid rules. Specific class name, token bucket limiter, method signatures like try consume returning a tuple, exact error messages, plus implementation details like time.monotonic and threading.lock. The idea is to see whether the model follows instructions literally or treats them as guidelines. Results: Gemini 3.0 followed the spec to the letter. Simple, clean, no extra validation. GPT 5.1 went defensive, adding input checks like positive tokens in the method, also checking refill rate and initial tokens in the constructor. Opus 4.5 landed in the middle. Clean code, slightly more verbose, good doc strings, but lost a point for naming an internal var tokens instead of current tokens. The takeaway for strict specs: Gemini is literal and scores highest. Opus is close with better docs. GPT adds safeguards you didn't ask for. This can be awesome in production, but annoying if you want exactly the minimal behavior. I thought I'd talk about this as well, because for libraries where the contract is tight, you want that exactness. But for apps where data is messy, defensive defaults can be quite awesome. Test 2. TypeScript API handler refactor. We're talking a 365-line legacy handler with 20-plus SQL injection vulnerabilities, mixed naming conventions, username vs user_ID, no validation, too many anytypes, mixed async patterns, no transactions, secrets in plain text, the works. The job: split into service controller repository, add ZOD validation, fix security, clean up structure. Results: Opus 4.5 is the only one to hit 100 out of 100 because it implemented rate limiting, which was one of the explicit requirements. Key differences across the board: authorization checks. GPT 5.1 acted defensively, catching that get user tasks, return tasks without confirming ownership, and fixed the leak. Gemini missed that. Database transactions. GPT 5.1 implemented proper transactions for multi-step operations like archiving tasks. Gemini noted it, but left a comment instead of doing it. Backward compatibility. GPT 5.1 validated both old and new field names, title and title, which is super helpful for legacy clients. Gemini only supported the new names, which would break older apps. Rate limiting. Again, Opus 4.5 implemented it with correct headers and a rate limit error class. Both GPT and Gemini ignored the requirement. Environment variables. Opus 4.5 used NV vars for JWT secret. GPT and Gemini hard-coded. Summary. Opus nailed all requirements. GPT covered 9 out of 10 and caught deep security issues. Gemini did 8 out of 10 with cleaner, faster generation, but missed architecture-level stuff. This is one of those places where completeness beats speed. Opus delivering requirements end-to-end is insanely good for teams under pressure, which is kinda cool. Test 3. Notification system understanding and extension. Starting with a 400-line system that supports webhook and SMS. The task: explain the architecture first, ask mode, then add an email handler that fits the pattern, code mode. Results: Opus 4.5 was fastest, about a minute, and produced the most complete implementation. 936 lines, including templates for all 7 notification events. Gemini 3.0 cost more than GPT 5.1 here, because it reasoned longer before emitting code. Understanding phase. GPT 5.1 produced a very detailed 306-line audit, mermaid sequence diagram, specific line references, and hidden bug calls like hard-coded channel detection. Gemini provided a concise 51-line summary. It found strategy and observer patterns and missing components, but didn't dig deep into bugs. Opus 4.5 balanced things with 235 lines, diagrams plus concrete code suggestions, like adding an abstract channel getter to eliminate fragile typecasting in register handler. For adding email support, GPT 5.1 did a full-featured implementation with configuration interface, multiple recipients, and attachments handling. It mirrored the architecture really well. Gemini implemented the basics. Fields needed to send an email, skipped attachments, and recipient arrays, and assumed recipient email is always present in payload. Opus 4.5 delivered the most thorough result. Templates for all 7 events, runtime template management methods, support for from-name display names. All models noticed a design flaw, accessing a private variable, but followed the existing pattern rather than break it, which is pretty good for consistency. If you remember, matching existing patterns is important when you're trying not to destabilize a code base. Performance summary now. Opus 4.5 was fastest overall, around 7 minutes total, and produced the most thorough output. GPT 5.1 consistently wrote 1.5 to 1.8 times more lines than Gemini, mainly because it adds JS doc, validation, error handling, and explicit types. Gemini 3.0 is the cheapest overall, though it cost more than GPT 5.1 in Test 3 due to longer internal reasoning, even with shorter output. Opus is the most expensive, but scored highest. The difference, $1.68 versus $1.10 for Gemini, might be worth it if you need complete implementations on the first try. I really liked seeing the trade-offs laid out this clearly. It's quite awesome. Code style comparison. GPT 5.1 is verbose. Gemini 3.0 is minimal. Shortest working implementation, fewer comments, looser types like any. Opus 4.5 is organized. strict types, clear section headers, custom error classes like database error, and generic type parameters. Basically, what it does is land between GPT and Gemini. More verbose than Gemini, less than GPT, but prioritizing organization and completeness. Prompt adherence versus helpfulness. In Test 1, Gemini scores highest by following the spec literally. Opus is next with clean code and better docs. GPT drops a few points for adding features you didn't ask for. Validation and edge case handling that changes method behavior. In Tests 2 and 3, it flips. Opus scores highest by implementing everything and adding useful extras like runtime configuration and templates. GPT is second with defensive, well-documented code. Gemini is third with the minimum interpretation that works but misses deeper issues. Choose your vibe: precision, defensiveness, or completeness. If you are an avid watcher of this channel, you know I care a lot about correctness and auditability, and Opus and GPT both gave me that confidence. Practical tips. Reviewing Opus 4.5 code. Watch for extra features like runtime template management and organizational overhead like section headers and error hierarchies. Great for big projects. Could be overkill for small scripts. It uses environment variables, which is good practice, but requires configuration. Reviewing GPT 5.1. Check for over-engineering, contract changes, and unrequested features that might break flexible inputs. Reviewing Gemini 3.0. Be on the lookout for missing safeguards, edge case handling, and documentation. Also verify it didn't skip any requirement. This pragmatism is important. You guys know I don't sugarcoat things. Prompting strategy. With Opus 4.5, if you want minimal code, say so explicitly. Otherwise, expect full implementations with error handling, environment variables, organized sections. With GPT 5.1, if you need minimal code, explicitly say, don't add extra validation and keep it minimal. With Gemini 3.0, if you want production-ready code, ask for the extras: JS doc, edge case handling, validation, and every single requirement implemented. That's pretty awesome because it gives you control over output verbosity and completeness. Verdict: all three can handle complex coding tasks. Claude Opus 4.5 is comprehensive, organized, and production-ready. Fastest in the tests, highest average score, implements all requirements, and adds smart features automatically. GPT 5.1 is thorough, defensive, and well-documented. Longer reasoning, built-in safeguards, backward compatibility, and great architecture understanding with diagrams. Gemini 3.0 is exact, efficient, minimal, cheapest, follows spec literally, no unrequested features. Choose based on your needs: completeness, Opus; defensiveness, GPT; or precision, Gemini. I liked it. Having clear trade-offs mapped like this is insanely good for picking the right model for your workload. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, share your thoughts below and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.